Alright, we're watching Navywhale play on Midtown as Kiriko, despite the fact that we're looking at Lucio right now. This is Silver 5 on ps4, so console. This is what they said. Hi, I've been enjoying playing support since I got to competitive, but now I feel I'm hitting a bit of a skill plateau, not being able to easily recognize mistakes I make. For example, the game I shared above, the first round went well, but the second round, things went south. Kiriko has become my go-to support pick, so other Kiriko tips would be appreciated. One thing I need to work on is my Suzu aim and timing. Apart from that, I'm not sure. Alright. For starters, I actually have a cold, so I probably sound a little off here. Apologies for that in advance. So you're presumably going to be switching Kiriko here. Looking at your lineup, you have Hog, who doesn't typically need a ton of healing, but Suzu's super powerful at preventing him when he gets anti grenaded or slept or just disabled in lots of ways. You have a Zen here, which is not going to give you a ton of healing, but a lot of DPS. The thing is, you could probably pocket the Cassidy here for the most part. Hanzo's going to be too far away to take a lot of chip damage, so it's mostly going to be Hog and Cassidy I'd be thinking about to heal here. Occasionally healing maybe like the Hanzo. But your Zen should probably keep the Hanzo topped up, hopefully. Right, that's kind of the goal at all times. So let's play this out. So I don't know why you're Lucio right now. I don't know if you're like kind of thinking about whether you want to play Lucio for real or if you're planning on speeding people at the door. Speeding people at the door is not helpful on push maps. On King of the Hill, it's very, very important, but I think on push maps, it's not that important. So I would probably be playing Kiriko right from the start. Like this delay right here is bad. Like this is 4 seconds. I know it doesn't seem like anything, but you see how low your Zen is already. Like just play Kiriko, right, and just run out the door. You're wasting valuable ult charge. People like get picked here. But think about it. If your Zen dies right here, if your Zen dies right now, you lose 10-15 seconds out of your 4 minutes because you're just sitting in spawn doing nothing. There's no reason here to not be like with your team. You know, right? See, your Cassidy just got picked right now because there's no healing besides your Zen, so that's entirely preventable by the fact that you're just not playing the game. So again, you just wasted 7 seconds plus the 10 seconds because they Cassidy to spawn and walk back out. So you just wasted 20 seconds of your team's time because you're sitting in spawn like AFK.
I'm here. Carried on the wind.
All right. Let's kind of look at the
I'm
ceiling.
here. Carried on the wind.
So I guess they're all healing. I mean, you're like slightly off target, but all the healing is in fact getting to him. So when you see I think a good general over Kiriko is when you see teammates are critical and still getting shot at, throw Suzu. Right? It's got a long cooldown, but like as soon as the critical icon pops up right here, throw Suzu. Okay? Because saving people is most important, and it's probably more important to use Suzu too much than too little. So if I see right here, I'm like, okay, he's getting lit up right now. Also, I can tell just from like experience like how much damage he's taking. Like that's clearly a Bastion that's shooting. Like I hear him, I can see it. I would throw Suzu right away before he even got low. But you probably don't have as much experience, so you're not gonna recognize that. But as soon as he hits critical, throw Suzu right now. So your Zen's now dead. That's 2 different deaths happen right now, both of which you could have prevented, right? So now your Zen's gonna be dead, right? There's another 10-ish seconds before your Zen's gonna be back out. So now you've lost almost, well, I guess with your Hanzo respawning soon, or rather Cassidy respawning soon. So I would say overall you probably lost 25 out of your 4 minutes because of things that you entirely could have prevented. You personally could have prevented right now. So sorry, I'm gonna blow my nose. All right, so continuing here. Yeah, he's dead. And then you swift step to your Hog. But what is the goal here, right? Your Hog's full health. He's flanked. He's going to get a kill, right? I assume Hog should land one shots here. It's very, very easy, very consistent. If you jump over here, who's helping your team, right? Your Hog's not actually in any danger yet. I don't know that swift stepping here is a right call. I would probably wait here, okay, and see how the team reacts. If the whole team switches on him, yeah, swift step, and then you can Suzu, right? But it's also possible that half the team might get distracted and focus on people coming out of spawn, and I might need to help there. I don't think there's like a big mistake, but it's definitely something that I would have played differently. All right, so one of the most important tips that we've learned from the previous OWL tournament is, as Kiriko, by default, you should be healing, not damaging. If there is any hero that you could be healing, you should be healing them first and then damaging. With the only minor exception of someone is very, very low and you can consistently kill them in like one attack And I would say really one attack, not two, then you can attack them. But otherwise speaking, or an unwinnable situation, right? So, you know, it's like 3-on-5 or whatever, then you can go ahead and attack. But in this situation, you should be healing, not attacking. Okay? Again, Kiriko's just way better at healing than she is attacking. But you're trying to throw darts here instead of attacking. Or rather, instead of healing. This is exactly the situation that you don't want to get into. Okay? Don't get into duels with people. This is a short answer. Okay? Because if you get into duels, right, the only way that you add value is if you win the duels. Are you planning on climbing all the way to Grandmaster by winning one-on-one duels? No. But like, this is not your advantage. The Hanzo's got a much better kit to kill you than you do to kill him. Okay? Just Swift step out of here. There's no reason to take this fight. Zero reason to take this fight. If you feel like they're too far, don't have time, Suzu yourself, and then Swift step back to your team. Right? Now the entire team has come back to you. Again, very dangerous Swift step, okay? You Swift stepped right in front of the hog. You did not know that the hog didn't have hook. Okay, if I'm the hog there and I see that you Swift stepped, then I immediately would have gone and hooked you and killed you, right? Also, the hog could just right click you there potentially and killed you because you were low enough. Okay, so let's think about it. Your team's going this way, especially your hog, and your Hanzo's going this way. Why are you following the Hanzo? The Hanzo's full health, even. Like, stay with your team, right? In this situation with you and Zed, you're the main support. You're the one who's providing probably 80% of the healing of this match. You have to be staying with your hog. You see how he's getting hooked right here? If you throw Suzu right after he gets hooked, he takes no damage, and then he runs over the enemy team. Like, it's absolutely crazy to be going up here, right? You see, your hog's low. What are you doing right now? Nothing. Okay, again, still not doing anything, right? Keep healing, right? Don't walk in front of your tanks. It's a good general rule, right? So you see, right? You're coming up, you're healing. The hog is going backwards, you go backwards, right? It's like a dance, right? If he goes forwards, you go forwards. If he goes backwards, you go backwards. He goes forwards, you go forwards, okay? This moment where you overextend and you're now past the hog, right here, if I was the opposing team, I would punish and kill you, okay? Which is exactly what the Bastion is trying to do. Alright, your team got kills. Again, you see the hook, you don't throw Suzu. The second I see this hook, I throw Suzu right here and try to save the Cassidy. Okay, maybe you're too far, maybe not, right? But try, because what the heck else are you saving Suzu for? Like that's like the whole goal, right? Again, especially after it gets hooked, your goal should not be, hey, I want to throw an attack here, right? Like the attack here is not going to do anything. His whole team is there to support him, right? Just keep healing your Cassidy, and potentially he doesn't get one shot. Your Suzu's way too late, right? Then you throw a dart first or something. Yeah, just keep healing. Your team's doing a good job. Like honestly, the fact that this is going well has absolutely nothing to do with you. You have added very little value here, right? Your Hanzo got a pick, your Roadhog got a pick, your Hanzo got a pick, your Cassidy got 2 picks, right? You are adding very little to this game. So this is a great example of just not good positioning, okay? Why do I say this? Let's kind of look at the situation, right? So your team's walking up the point, right? The Hanzo's there, he's peeking, right? And you jump up. If I'm the Hanzo here, right? If I'm the Hanzo, I can't kill this hog. Like even if I headshot him twice, I can't kill this hog, right? Maybe I can kill the Cassidy. Maybe, right? But it's tough because of the angle. But you're just hanging out here on top of the fire truck. If I'm the Hanzo here, which granted would question us whether he should be here at all, I'm gonna try to kill you, right? I'm firing these shots at you. There's no reason to peek this. This is your team's gonna win this fight, right? You can go from here to the left, right, and be perfectly safe. You could Swift step off the point, okay? Just don't do things that expose you to danger unnecessarily. You're not even trying to attack him, you know? Like there's no reason to expose yourself to danger when you don't have to. Also, what are you doing hanging on top of the fire truck, right? Just step on point. 3 people captures it faster. Just stand on point, right? A few seconds like that may not seem like a big difference until you really need them at the end of the game. But also, you're not doing anything by sitting on top of the fire truck. Just capture the point. Okay, again, heal people. Don't damage. Heal people. If you want to damage, go play Zen, or play DPS, or play tank, right? Okay. So your hog is whole hogging, so I think I understand this. Okay, so your hog is whole hogging. So what I would do is I would Swift step. Oh, you don't have Suzu. Where the heck did your Suzu go? What is a Suzu? Your Hog is full health and there's nobody there. This is insane. Okay. So, you completely wasted Suzu. Alright. Now, your Hog is clearly going in. But the problem is, if I had Suzu, I swift step on top of him, I throw Suzu down. Because I don't have Suzu, but I wouldn't have put myself in this situation. But B, let's say hypothetically I'd use Suzu, okay? I swift step not to the Hog, but to the Hanzo, and then start healing the Hog. Okay, I think that it is the right call to think it is more important for me to support my team than it is to move the cart. The cart's gonna move like out to here anyway. But without Suzu, you put yourself in a terrible position, right? And you're just healing people who have full health. Again, very lucky that the Reaper does not kill your Hog there. The only reason he doesn't kill him is because your Hanzo just shoots him in the head. Again, your team is absolutely carrying you. Right, keep healing. Like, again, movement issues, right? It's like you're healing him and then you walk and you use the wall to block. You're not even dodging anything. There's no reason for this to be happening, right? You have to be able to track people consistently. Right? So because you get so distracted here by like taking so long to heal the Zen, you're not looking at what's happening in the fight in front of you. Okay? Because your Zen clearly gets nervous here, right? Because he sees two people low and he pops trance. If you were better at healing here, nobody, especially the Cassidy, never gets low enough that the Zen pops trance. This is a bad trance, okay? Because they actually only have 4 people here because you killed the Reaper earlier. So this should be an easy walkover. There's no reason to spend resources here. And I think this goes back to the fact is that you're just having trouble doing your job, right? When your job should just be healing, again, just healing your team as a short answer. Okay, so now that Trance is up, this is the one rare time where you can attack. Because what the heck are you going to heal? Everyone's at full, right? Trance heals like 200 something health a second. Just attack people now, right? You can play aggressive now. Yeah, see? Good kunais. Right? You use Rush. So I don't use Rush here. Why not? First of all, we just use Trance. Okay, so we already have an advantage from the fact that we use Trance, A. B, this is 5-on-4, and it's next to our spot. Like, we're gonna win this fight. Either we win this fight right now, or we win the fight next time we come out. I don't need to use Rush right now, okay? I know that they're down 1 person, right? This guy, all the way over here. This is Mercy, right? I know they're down 1. I'm gonna assume in a 5-on-4 situation we're gonna win this fight. I don't want to use this Rush, because I want to use Rush for the next 5-on-5 fight. This is a bad Rush. I think we're gonna win this fight regardless. Then, okay, you use Rush, and then one thing is that you play in open space way too much, right? This is a dangerous spot to be standing because the Hog can hook you, right? If you play here, you're fine. If you play here, you're fine. If you play here, you're fine. Standing here, worst option, right? So use Rush. So your team tries to follow up. I see the Hog. As soon as I see the Hog, I probably Suzu myself. I splash like me in the Zen because it very clearly the Hog is going to try to kill you, right? He's going to try to kill somebody here. Like, look at the Hog. Like, definitely you or the Zen are going to die right now. So I throw Suzu right away to try to keep myself from dying. Right? But you don't do anything. You just keep attacking for some crazy reason, and you run in a straight line at the Hog, which is nuts. You see the hook. Now you should throw Suzu right in front of the Hog to prevent your Zen from dying. You don't do that. Right? Again, still just attacking. Right? And now you traded the Hog for your Zen. That didn't need to happen. Didn't need to happen. Hog would have died anyway. Right? You could have saved your Zen, and then you would be a 5-on-3 situation instead of a 4-on-4 or 4-on-3. Okay, this soldier is crazy. I guess I agree with killing him. But then, like, why are you chasing down this Kiriko? Like, figure out what's going on over here. Just finish the Reaper. Right? You're, like, trying to make so many plays by yourself, and I tell you that you could climb all the way up to Masters by simply supporting your teammates. Right? I think that's so important to identify, and I feel like somehow that's been lost with, like, supports need to do more DPS. It turns out if you prevent your teammates from ever dying, you will win the game, right? Like, that seems like silly, but it is really that simple. If you prevent your team from dying, I guarantee you, no matter how bad they are, you will win the game, okay? Your teammates are not AFK. They will do something. Like, you're dueling right now, but think about it. This is actually not even a good duel because it's one-on-one. Like, if I'm the Kiriko in this situation, I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I'm taking a one-on-one fight despite the fact that it is currently 5-on-1. What if she double headshots you and then you die? And then what happens? Right? Then your team is pushing 4 without their main support, and they'll fight over here, and then they'll all die from lack of healing. Just use your team, right? Wait for your team to yeah, see how low the Cassidy is? Use your team to help create advantages. Don't give the opposing team fair fights when you have an advantage. Again, I don't know why you're playing so far back here. Play on the cart. Move the cart forwards, and then get ready to swift step to somebody. Again, just AFK here. right? Stuff is happening. Also, one of the things that's really cool about Kiriko is that Kiriko can pre-heal people, which makes her one of the best people to pocket DPS duels, right? You can heal people before they even take damage, and that way when they do take damage, they'll get healed instantly, right? That's one of the best parts about Kiriko's kit. It's also a downside because it takes longer for her to heal people, but something to think about. Okay, you see your hog here is critical, right? What are you doing, right? Swift step, Suzu, right? Again, like, why are you not playing up there? You're playing so far back like you're playing an Ana or something. There's no reason to be playing this far back. And now you swift step here, which is like, but why? Now it's like your tank is dead, okay? So now you're in a 5-on-4 situation, or 4-on-5 rather, from your perspective. And now you've gone in, you've used your escape, right? What if the hog pushes this? Okay, granted, you know, the hog dies here, but you really shouldn't have. And now you're like, okay. Like now the whole fight is just scuffed, right? There's nothing you can do here. You just want to die or get out. Like keeping him alive here actually makes things worse, believe it or not. Right?
I'm here.
Again, heal your hog. Right? Why are you throwing darts here? Just heal your hog. Like no one's getting kills here, right? If your hog's not hitting a hook, no one's getting kills here. Don't worry about it. Just keep your hog up. So if your hog dies here, then he's a stagger, and then you blow like another 20 seconds off the time. Right? Then you throw Suzu when he's totally safe. Like, yeah, I know he's injured, but like you could just heal him up. The Suzu only heals like 40 or 50 health. Right? He can't get attacked here anymore because he's already at high ground. Like, what's this Reaper gonna do? He can't see shit. Right? There's no reason to throw Suzu here. Now your Suzu's on cooldown. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead because I think that you know we've already watched 3 minutes game. I think it's pretty much always gonna be the same thing, right? Basically, you need to heal your tanks. Okay, you need to heal more, right? You need to damage less. You need to Suzu people. You need to always be in position to heal. Straightforward. So let's jump to the end and kind of see how specifically when you're talking about, hey, in the final round, what could you have done differently? So the problem with looking at the very end is there's often an accumulation of problems, right? For example, if you're going to final fight and your whole team has played poorly or you've played poorly and their team all has ultimates and you don't, then you're just going to lose anyway. No, even your top 500, you're not going to be able to turn that game around, right? But let's see if there's anything you can possibly change the situation. Okay, great example where you should be healing, right? So you get chased by Battle Mercy. Okay, we're just now going after, okay, your Mercy. You should be healing here to keep your Mercy up, right? Why are you damaging again? You're not even doing it effectively. Like, there's no way that whole stretch happened and you're like, that was the right call for me to be throwing those kunais that weren't hitting the Mercy. Also, the Mercy regens really fast when she's in Valkyrie. Like, that can't be the thought process that's going through your head. You must have realized, like, this feels very helpless. The way to feel less helpless is to do things that you guarantee is going to hit, which is healing your teammates versus throwing an attack. Okay, again, your Sombra's dead. You're playing very far forward right now, and you have no tank, and you have no DPS, right? Just play back. So you might think, oh, my Cassidy's ahead. I gotta be playing up. The problem is the Cassidy's thinking the exact same thing. He's thinking, oh, my supports are here. I gotta play up. And this is how you run into a chain of mistakes that results in the whole team getting staggered, right? If anything, I'd be playing like way the hell back here. I'd be like, okay, if you want to play up there, that's fine. I'll pocket you from here, but I'm not going to stand right in your face because that's how we all end up dying, especially since in the situation, I would know from ult tracking that they have Grav. So there's no reason that I want to be clumped near anybody. Heal your Cassidy. I don't know why you're Mercy running away. Right? Bastion went into Assault 4. Fine. Step back. What is this plan? Like you like stand there, you're like, oh, you're like lining up like a sniper headshot or something. This is absolutely crazy that you didn't just die instantly for this, right? Then you lose a ton of health. Okay, now you're in danger. Now you get sucked in, and then you throw Suzu too early, right? Suzu only lasts for 0.6 seconds or whatever, right? You have to throw Suzu right when you absolutely need it for Grav. In this situation, you see how you're all like still reasonably healthy. Granted, you're going to get dragoned here, or not dragon, I guess. So, like, I'd be looking to, like, hey, what can I use to possibly save? I think you wait another fraction of a second, and then you throw Suzu here. It's not going to make a difference, but... Right? Then, Grav ends, and then you just stand there. You don't even die. Like, you survive here. Okay. You're alive right now. You got 50 health. Like, this is a winnable situation. You're just standing here while the Zarya kills you. As, I mean, starting from being too far forward, A. B, getting not ult tracking and not recognizing grab is there. C, getting sucked into the grabs. And D, throwing rush at the wrong time. And E, not Suzuing at the right time. And then F, being AFK. There's so many things in 3 seconds of gameplay that you could have done dramatically differently to help change the course of this fight. So I assume you guys just get steamrolled from here and then you lose. Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so in summary, I think that you have the same mistakes that pretty much all the silver Kirikos have, right? Which is you don't heal enough, you attack too much, you don't put yourself in the right position to heal, and you don't Suzu at the right times. As a short answer. And I think your rushes are not good. That's the first part. And the second thing is, there's also like weird things where you're going AFK at odd moments, which actually make a big difference. Like they accumulate and cause problems. You stand in bad positions, and like I feel like you like gave up on that, but when that was actually still a winnable fight, right? I think positioning in general and AFKness is also something else that I would highlight. Okay, hopefully this is helpful.